because me with my far south forgot. Well, I didn't forget about this live. I just forgot that I'd already made plans. So Jeannie's aware. She's going to be coming in soon. I'm spending the day with my godson and my cousin. So that's who I'm with at the moment. He's going to come and interrupt.
I want my drink.
Okay.
No.
Your drink's coming soon, Pudding.
No.
It is coming soon.
Oh. Give it back.
So this is me. I'm not even on the job actually, because this is godmother duties. But oh, she's coming. She's gonna be here. Ah, yes, Jeannie. You're so efficient. I love that. Cover your mouth. Say bless you. Jeannie. See, she's on to go live.
Hi.
You look nice.
Oh, thank you. I thought I'd try. I thought I'd make an effort.
Look at you. Oh, Jeannie. Lost you. Where's she gone? Oh, there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We lost you for a minute.
Okay,
We lost you for a minute. My godson's going to try and, yeah. Do you want to see? He's going to try and gate crash. But for now, we are good. We're outside. Oh, sorry. There you go. We outside. How are you, Jeannie?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've never really do live, so this for me is kind of
yeah,
first.
at all. Your hair looks lovely. Did you get it done?
Thank you. Pardon?
Did you get your hair done recently?
Maybe about like.
It wasn't like that when I spoke to you.
No, it wasn't.
What was your hair like when I saw you then? Because it wasn't like this. It looks nice. I really like it.
Thank you. I feel like when I cut my hair, I feel like a whole brand new woman. So I do like it. I do like it.
Nice.
Thank you, though.
Cool.
Thank you.
Let the people know who you are.
My hairdresser.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm Eugenie.
Okay, good.
A lot of people know me as Jeannie. I really do like the name Jeannie as a nanny because I think it adds a little like magical, mystical element to it.
Razzle dazzle.
I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say about myself. I'm just.
How long have you been a nanny?
Okay, I've been a nanny for about 5-6 years now. But I would say more as a professional nanny now, as about 3 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. You can. Sorry, can you hear my godson in the back?
Yeah.
This is what it's like. Just the child there. Having to pay attention to more than one thing. He's drawing a picture actually, but he likes to talk about what he's about to do. So he's drawing a picture and he's like, I'm drawing a line here. Okay, just draw the line, babe. So Jeannie, let's talk a bit about because I mentioned before about you worked in the Caribbean, right? You were the nanny in the Caribbean.
Yes, I have.
How did that come about?
Okay. So how did it first start? So I literally left a family that I was with for about nearly 4 years, and then I started working for another family, and they were like, oh, literally I think it was about like 3 weeks in, they were like, oh, you're too like overqualified for us, you're not what we're kind of looking for. And as a nanny, you feel like, oh, I've let the family down, and I've let myself down, and more importantly, you've let the kids down. But when you think about it, it wasn't the right match for me or that family. And then I was kind of like lost. I was just like, oh, what do I do? I'm unemployed. Everything.
Oh, we've lost you a little bit.
In St. Lucia, and I was just like, don't know if I should really apply for it or not. And then I didn't apply for it. And then a couple of days later, the ad was still there. So I was like, what's the worst that could happen? So I applied for it. And then the agent came back to me really quickly, said, can we set up a Zoom call? We set up the Zoom call, and then he really liked me, put me forward to the family. And then after putting me forward to the family liked me. And literally within the space of, I would say, 2 weeks to start to finish of processing everything, getting contracts over, getting visas done, I was in the Caribbean, in St. Lucia, in the middle of a pandemic, and I had the most amazing time while I was over there. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I remember I was talking to you one point, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to St.
And I'm like, oh, wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
What? And you're like, a job. And I was like, wow, that was quick. But it was amazing because when I first spoke to you, you was working, but with an ad hoc family. And then the second time I spoke to you, you was about to go to St. Lucia. Then I spoke to you again after that. You was in St. Lucia. Then I spoke to you again. You was in London. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like you move around a lot. But this is what nannies do.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I love it.
The job is and wherever the job finds you. I'm even quite blessed now with the family that I'm with. In my interview, she was just like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going here in October and we're going here for Christmas. Can you come? And I was just like, whoa, like I haven't even been with you for longer than 3 months. I'm already jet set. So
I loved it. I was so jealous when you was in Miami.
Oh,
I'm jealous.
It was lovely.
I was so jealous.
Because we've been in a pandemic for so long in London, it felt weird getting on a plane again. Because when I first got on a plane to St. Lucia, the planes was empty. Everybody was like masked up, gloves up. Like everybody was so protected. And then when I went to Miami, it was just like no one really cared about COVID. Everybody was free doing their own thing and not and whatnot. So it was a big shock. But I think that's one of the perks of being a nanny is being able to travel. I definitely say,
absolutely.
Definitely a good perk.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you like the most about being a nanny?
Oh, I think it's the bond with the children. I feel like I've had some amazing bonds with children. And I was watching your one with Joshy Care, the interview that you did, when he's in the playground with children come up to him and play with him. And that's how it is with me as well. Like other children come to me and play with me. Hello?
Yeah, it said that the live was paused. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Okay.
It's okay. It's probably just a connection issue.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and other kids kind of come up and play with you. And I'm just like, I love the fact that other kids fun with me and that they see how, I'm going to say, amazing I am with kids. So they want to do it too.
Yeah.
But I also have to focus on my kids.
Yeah.
I feel like the bond that I get with children is, I think, the thing that I love the most. There are some bonds that even now, a family that I work for, I'm just like her older sister or like almost not really. She doesn't. I don't think she looks at me like I'm her nanny. She was just like, I'm your sister. And then even the family that I'm working with now, one of the child's like, are you my sister? I'm like, do you want me to be your sister? She was just like, yes, I want you to be my sister. So I was just like, we can be sisters, you know. So I think the bond with the children I love the most, definitely.
I love that. What's your least favorite? So far, all the nannies have said parents. Like working with
okay,
parents.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. That is one of the.
Thank you.
I wouldn't say. I think
I've been
so quite lucky that I haven't really had terrible parents. Obviously, now and again, you have moments with every employer that they kind of get on your nerves. But is your godson doing? Is your godson playing up?
Sorry, I am listening to you, but he does something not good. So he's just giving me the look because he knows the look.
I know that look very well too. So I think with every job, you're always gonna find employers that do something that annoy you or whatever. But for me, I think the least favorite thing I don't like is having to hand your notice in and saying goodbye to a family. Because that for me is heartbreaking. Like I remember doing it and I was just like, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do this ever again. But you know, when it's your time to spread your wings, it's your time to spread your wings and move on. And sometimes it's just the case. I think also some families want you to be able to stay on forever. But you know, as a nanny, that's not always the case, you know. So I think that's one of my least favorite things is having to say goodbye to families, especially when you've been with them for ages, like 4 years you've been with a family. It's time to say goodbye. You've seen the youngest one from birth all the way until nursery, and then it's time to say goodbye. It's always so difficult.
Very good because they were.
Okay.
Has it paused? Has it paused?
Yeah, it's just a bit slow. It's just a bit delayed, but I don't know if it's okay with your side.
Okay, sorry. I'm not sure why that is, but Instagram is the enemy of progress. So
I can imagine.
like literally, it's doing these lives has really taught me as much as how much it annoys me because stress. Just stress. Yeah, I was basically saying that your answers to those questions were very good and very insightful, because I can totally relate with what you're saying. Like, for me, that the handing in the notice is like, gives me the worst form of anxiety, especially when nothing bad has happened. So you're putting it in and you're just thinking, you don't want the parents to feel like you don't love their family anymore and anything, but sometimes you feel like you need that transition.
Exactly.
Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. So what about yourself? Like, what kind of things do you like to do for fun? Because you seem very sociable.
Personally, or with my kids that I work with?
Personally, for you, like you as a person.
Okay, me for
Do a bit of both. Yeah, go ahead.
I have to say, the same things I like to do with the kids is probably the same things I like to do in my social life. I like to go and do fun things. I think when I was in St. Lucia, I realized how I went on this like hike. We took 6 hours. We climbed some waterfalls. We jumped off waterfalls, and we did some amazing stuff. Yeah, it was amazing. And I think the same with the kids. I like to do activities with them as well, getting them outside, doing stuff like that. Me personally, I have to say, I do like, I'm going to sound like such a girly girl right now. I do like getting my nails. They're not done at the moment, but I do like getting my nails done.
No, mine.
Getting like my eyelashes done. I do like the whole like, okay, I like going out only because I like getting ready to go out, not the actually going out part. So just get ready, stay in my house. That would be quite nice. No, I'd have to say, like, I do have quite a good like circle of friends, and so going out with them, even if it's for brunch, dinner, shopping, just all of that kind of girly stuff, I really do like to do.
Do you rave? I don't know why I can't. Do you rave? Like, do you go out and dance?
I do, and even some of my friends.
What kind of music do you like?
Okay, I'm Jamaican. My family are from Jamaica. I was born over here, so I do like my dancehall. I do like my reggae. I do like soca. I do like that music. Kind of gets into my soul, and I do act out. So I act out how the culture allows me to act.
I broke out.
Yeah,
listen, this is
let me just broke out.
Correct here, yeah.
True, very true. And also, it was just beautiful to be with, surround yourself with amazing Black people. Surround yourself with amazing Black people. I've made some amazing friends over there that are definitely going to stay with for life. And just to be able to go out with them, have a drink, go on and act out however I act out, and just be around my Black people who are dancing and doing the same.
Your people.
Which is also so amazing. So I love that as well. So,
that must have been so nice, man. Just like at the moment, I've got a family member that's in St. Lucia, and she's living her best life, and I'm living through her posts because it just looks beautiful. It looks so tropical.
Definitely
literally. Do you miss it?
Like, even
do you miss being there?
Oh, I miss it so much. But even speaking to some of my friends over there, they have like a complete lockdown on Sundays. So they're completely locked down. Yeah, Sundays, like, no one's stepping out their house on a Sunday, complete lockdown. I even heard that, I don't know if it's still there, but I even heard that they have like, they can't purchase alcohol from the shops.
What?
So it's tight restrictions, yeah. And it's
no way
as well. But St. Lucia's still amazing. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, even in the daytime, St. Lucia's a beautiful country. They have beautiful, amazing people over there. And like, I physically can't fault the country at all. And even the friends that I've made, like I said, they are friends for life. So, and even just to be able to doing what I love while being over there has been amazing. So, but then also at the same time, it is also glad to be back and still being able to do what I love, and just everything that I learned over there has actually made me I think even better nanny as well, because I feel like when you're in a country there is no zip zap, there is no monkey music, there is no tumble top, there's none of the classes that we have.
None of that.
So everything you kind of have to do from scratch. So I made this like sensory box for the child I was looking over there, and he would just sit in it and play in it, and then it kind of makes you realize, I can do this. I've had nothing, and literally finding things from around the house and an empty Amazon box literally was able to make a sensory box. So then now that I'm working back in London, I've just given me, like I said, the confidence to say, do you know what? I've honed into like core nanny skills when I was over in St. Lucia to now all these things just naturally to you. Like I don't even have to think about it. It's just automatically thinking outside the box and realizing I can do this, 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 and this, and I don't need a TV screen. I don't need an iPad. I don't need times what some nannies or some families go to just for convenience, you know.
Yeah, that is very true. So you brought it like back to basics. Did you find that working in St. Lucia and working in London is very different?
Oh, very different times. Especially
in what way?
So in St. Lucia, everything's more of a relaxed pace. Like if things get done, they get done. If they don't get done, they don't get done. In England, boom, 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 boom. And when I first went to St. Lucia, I was used to that fast pace, and then you realize, wait, hold on, relax, everything's going to be okay, like it's okay. But now that I come back, I'm still in that relaxed mindset, and working with a high net worth family, you can't relax. There is no time for relax.
There's no relaxing. There's no relaxing.
Yeah, everything is on a schedule, everything's timed, and if you're on time, you're late. So everything's done, and you have to be 2 steps ahead basically, which is good because it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you on your toes, but that I'd say that is definitely the big difference, and the weather's the big difference too. Like the weather, also, like even working with children over here. Yes, you have to put sun cream on, but it's mainly sun cream in the summer. We're over in St. Lucia, you have to put sun cream on the children all the time. You can't spend as long as the time as you want outside in this hot sun, because
in the water,
it gets hot from like 10 a.m. all the way to like 3-4 p.m. It's still hot, and the temperature's only increasing. Here in England, even though the sun's out, it's still cold. So
very cold still. Someone in the comments said the best nanny, her heart is for these children she cares for. Oh,
so that's one of my friends, Becky from St. Lucia. She is the best nail technician out there. Like I want
in St. Lucia.
I want to fly her over here
because she's gonna do my nails.
100%. She'll hook you up.
You have to send me her thing after, because I can't screenshot while I'm on here for some reason.
No, that's fine.
Definitely. So you have to send me her page.
She does massages.
Oh yes, okay. So I know where I'm going when I come then.
Exactly. She
great.
does nails beautifully. I have to say she's amazing at nails. Even when I came over here, I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna get my nails done. And then it's
not the same.
To the sanding, and I was just
not
like,
the same.
It's
not the same.
And also another thing that I found over there in St. Lucia, like in England, we try and find our black people that we buy from, so that we can support that black pound. Over there, everyone is black, so all the companies you go to are black. Your hair shop is owned by a black woman. Your nail shop is owned by a black woman. Everywhere, the bar that you drink at is owned by a black man. Like all the places that you go to, these are all by black owners, and they have ownership of their thing, and which makes it more inspiring and more exciting just to see your own black people doing their own thing and making money and stuff like that. So
absolutely.
It also like inspires me to make sure that I want to do what I want to do when I decide that nannying isn't not for me, but when I've had enough of the groundwork and stuff. Absolutely. Do you find that you mentioned that the way of life out there was a lot more relaxed and calm? Do you find that it depends on the family, or does it depend on the country that you're in? Okay, so I think the country in a whole is very relaxed and calm and fine. And even the family that I worked with, they were quite relaxed and calm and fine. They weren't like, okay, Eugenie, you need to do this by this time or anything like that, which was quite nice. And again, like normal things like getting your child to zip zap on time or getting them to their swimming lessons on time or stuff like that. We didn't really have that. It was just like, okay, you want to go to the beach today? Yeah, we'll go to the beach today. Or like, my parents are having the children or the child, so Eugenie, you can have a bit of downtime or whatever it may be. So for me, it was never really, I was quite lucky to have quite relaxed parents and also quite a relaxed country to work in. So it's quite good. It's a good mix. Give me a second, That's
Does
fine.
Bubba want to go? You can go, and I can meet you there. Yeah. I don't want you to get bored.
Okay.
Are you gonna come and say hello? No. He's like, no.
Well,
I
hi
love him.
anyway.
He said hi anyway. Say hello. He's like,
Ouch.
he's
I
a
felt that. I
three-nager
felt
at the
that.
moment.
Oh,
He's a three-nager.
I work
Yeah.
with a three-nager. I work with a
Yeah,
three-nager,
yeah.
and
You
oh
wanna
my
go?
goodness.
Good. You can go. And Auntie Shona will come. Yeah, just the way you was before. And then I'll come and meet you straight after, yeah? Okay. Okay.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, he doesn't want it. He wants me to come, but I'm gonna do this and then I'll come and meet you, yeah? With Mummy, yeah? Okay, good boy. Love you. He's like, I love you, baby.
Whoa.
So I got more questions for you, Jeannie. I got a few more questions
Go.
for you.
Shoot them
Okay,
at me.
so when you was in St. Lucia, did you find that the social life is very different to here in the UK in terms of being a nanny? Because here in the UK you can go to the park and you see other nannies, and you know you can go to the soft plays and meet other nannies. What was it like in St. Lucia in terms of like socializing with
Well,
other
I
nannies?
think there wasn't any other nannies, if that makes sense. There
Wow.
wasn't. It was kind of just me. But like I said,
Yeah.
so, and also there wasn't, and because we're in the middle of a pandemic as well over there, they were very strict on their pandemic. So for me, there wasn't really much. It was like the family bubble and everybody that worked within the household. And then that was it. And then I was quite luckily I had a housemate at the time. And then I've also met like other friends, but nanny socializing, there wasn't much nanny socializing other than the household stuff, and that was it. So for me, yeah, that's where it kind of ended. There wasn't really socializing with any nannies, but so I do find that sometimes being a nanny, it can be quite lonely, especially if you're quite an introverted person and you're not like quite, you might be confident with the children, but when it comes to like other nannies, you might not be as confident, and it can be a lonely world because you're literally from your house to their house if you live out, or if you're living, your work becomes your home, and then you're not really venturing out because it's just you. And I was quite scared going to leaving home by myself to go live in another country, but I found I was so proud of myself because it's given me the ability to know that I can pick myself up and go to any country and I'm going to be okay. Like, and the fact to do it in the middle of a pandemic as well, I realized I am going to be okay. Regardless of what happens, I am going to be okay. So that was an amazing outlook for me, and something I could take away from it, and anything I could like pass on to any other nannies that wants to pick up and leave and go to another country. You are going to be okay, regardless of what happens. You are going to be okay. And it's just also having that reassurance and having the people behind you and your family and friends to support you and be like, we are just at the other end of the phone if you need us. So yeah, you're going to be okay. If any other nannies are watching this and they want to go and travel or live abroad and be a nanny and they're worrying how you're going to do this, you are going to be okay. Just stick to yourself and be true to yourself, and everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
I literally was going to ask you that next question, but you kind of answered it. Lloyd Brown 1 says, I was so proud of you. Who's that?
My sister. That's my sister.
Hi, sister.
Yes, she's my. I'm quite lucky.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
She's so supportive.
Oh, trust me, all of my siblings.
She's so supportive. I love that because I remember when I was like, I will talk to you. I'll be on the phone to you, and you're like, my sister's calling. Oh wait a minute, my mom's calling. So I was like, oh my god, her family's so like supportive. I love that. I really, really love that. So what's the difference in age between you and your sister?
Okay, so this sister is, good question. I don't know if my sisters want me to tell their ages, but this sister
not their age. Just no one knows how old you are. So just like, so she's younger than you or older than you?
She's older than me.
But okay, she's older. Oh, no worries. You don't have to say your age. So I love. So did you find that going away that what was that like for your family? Because to to me, you come across like you have a very close-knit family. So
Yeah.
did that change the dynamic? Would you
I
speak to
don't
your
know.
family very regularly? Like, what was that like?
I was speaking to my family like nearly every day. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I love
Every
that.
day. Every
Yeah.
day.
Mhm.
And I think it just, when I
Mhm.
come back, I think, you know, the saying goes, you don't realize what you have until it's gone. I definitely think that my
Mhm.
family
Mhm.
realized how amazing I was until I came back.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, wait,
Yeah.
Eugenie's left. Wait, hold it a second. The house is
Yeah.
boring. Like, there's no one to like nag at. There's no one to like hear
Mhm.
like just that the happiness or the bubbliness that's in the household anymore.
Yeah.
I think they realized like,
Mhm.
oh, she is someone pretty amazing. Like, and don't get me wrong, my family
Mm.
is amazing as well. There's times when like I was 3 months in, I was missing everything, and I just crying. And I was like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
can do this. I don't know if I should be here. Should I go home? And it was kind of like, no, it's like, stick it out. We got you. We're supporting you.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I kind of just did it. So yeah, it was amazing just to
Mm.
have them. Look, I think,
That's
look,
so
my mum and my
cool.
sister have commented now. Look, my mum and my sister
Yeah.
have commented
Where?
now. So my sister
Where?
said,
Let's see.
missing a sister, you didn't know you could miss so much. My mum has said it was tough, but you
Let's
could
see.
be a good growing curb for Jeannie. So yeah, it was tough. I think it was
Yes.
tough.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yes. Hi, sister.
And
Hi, mom. Oh, your mom's in here.
yeah, my
Oh
mum
yay!
gave
I
me a
love
good hug.
that. I
Yeah.
knew it would be growing curve for Jeannie. Yes, absolutely. And I love that because when you was out there, I could resonate with you because when I first started doing travel learning, that was difficult leaving my family because I come from a big family, and I can't believe you didn't mention the
Sorry, yeah, so
sister
every
weekly wrap up
Sunday,
call.
okay, every Sunday we'd have like
Yeah,
there's 4 girls of us, so I have 3
yeah,
sisters, and every
yeah,
Sunday we would do our weekly
yeah.
that course. So yeah, that was also
I love that. You guys are so organized. Mine was so sporadic. Like I
really.
used to talk to my mom every day. It
Mm-hmm.
would be a thing. You know what would happen with me? I talk to my mom every day, and then like I will speak to one sister because I got 4 sisters. I speak to one sister, and then they will hear the news, and then one by one they will get in
Yeah.
contact. And then my brother, and then it was like, you know, hey,
That's my
it's so
mum.
nice to see. Yeah, I love that your whole family's in this. This is
Like,
amazing.
I said to them, go
Literally,
downstairs. All of you like log on your own devices, so we're
yeah,
all logged on. And look, now my friend
yeah.
Katrina's like, don't forget your St. Lucian
Yes,
sister.
sister, listen, you're loved. If there's
No,
anything
that's
that we leave
mm-hmm.
on this, live, you are definitely loved. Like everyone's in
definitely.
here. I love that.
Yeah,
That is
no,
amazing. Yeah, it's all about family, man. And I
no,
feel like
definitely.
sometimes it's hard. You've gone to someone else's family, right? And you're living in their house,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe you can resonate with me in this. You find that a lot of high net worth families that you work for do not have that family connection. They don't have where you're so blessed with a family and the closeness and the love. A lot of people lack that, and they might have all the money in the world, but a lot of them are not actually really happy. A lot of them are actually quite envious of the small things that you have.
No, I agree.
Does that happen with you? Have you seen that?
What
Okay, yeah, you agree. Good.
What I have to say is that you're right. Money doesn't buy you everything. Money doesn't buy you the happiness. And as a nanny, we are almost the fly on the wall. We see and hear things that maybe we shouldn't see and hear. And you've got to also dignify yourself and take that, and you kind of take that as like life lessons for your own personal self. If whether it's with your own family or you want to start a relationship or whatever it may be, you take that forward. However, what I will say though, the family that I work for now, they are, can I tell their ethnicity? Can I say where they're from? Or is that like against or not? I don't know.
Yeah, just don't say where they're from. Just say, you can say like what their culture's like, but don't say where they're from.
Their culture is very much family orientated. They're very much big on
Yeah.
food. They're very much big on family.
Yeah.
And it is nice to come into a household where you don't have to worry about anything. Like I work with a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and everybody in that household staff is a fan. Even eat some, like help yourself. And when you come from And it's always like the grandparents are always calling because they live abroad. The grandparents are always calling and like wanting to speak to the children. The family and the mum and dad are always like engaging. They sit down with me like nearly at the end of every day. Like, how is the day? I know we've been busy at work or whatever it may be. How is the day? Or they're very much, you can see the love and the familyness in that household that I work in now. And it's amazing to see. Paused. Hello? Yeah.
I heard the grandparents calling and checking on the kids, and then I didn't hear anything else.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the grandparents call and check on the kids, and the family, the mum and dad that I work with right now, they are very much in tune with their family. They're very much supportive of their family, and they definitely understand the role of a nanny. At the moment, we had one of the 3-year-olds who was going through some sleep regression, and I was just like, I can help you with sleep training. I haven't had to sleep train such an older child, but I can do whatever I do, and I can try and see if it works. And she was like, no, Jeannie, you need your rest. You're important to this family. We need you functioning so that you can do your day-to-day job. And to hear that actually shows that like there is a family.
It's rare.
Yeah, a family that actually understands the needs of a nanny. A family that actually understands for our household, for our family unit to work, we need to have a nanny that is on her A game and that is alert and awake and can actually give 100%. Whereas sometimes I've heard some of the horror stories from other nannies as well that they just work you to the bone. And I'm obviously, we love what we do and we love the children and we don't want to let the children down, and that's probably why we say yes more times than we say no. But sometimes boundaries, like, is it refreshing for me? Yeah, boundaries are so important, very important, and it's nice to hear that the family care about their family unit enough to also care about you. So that's always a beautiful thing.
I love that. You know what? It's very good. Like, I always used to say to people when I like mentor my nannies and they're having interviews, I'm like, ask about the family and the relationships in terms of like how their friends would describe them. What do they like to do as a family for fun? Like, more kind of getting an insight of like a picture of what the family are like, the family you're walking into. You know, what was their relationships like with their previous nannies? Are they still in touch with their previous nannies? You know, what were the children's relationship like with the previous nanny? What kind of relationship do they want the nanny to have with the kids? Like, these kind of things, these kind of questions are really good questions to kind of get a feel of what the family are like. And just say, what are some of your family traditions that you practice? And that will let you know if they're really rooted in culture or if they're more westernized, or, you know, little things like that. I ask questions like that because I'm trying to find out who you guys are, because I need to know if I like you enough to work for you. Even though you would need to know if you like me, I need to know if I like you too. So you need to interview them. Absolutely. It works both ways. Like, so for me, that's like really important. So it just started to get really loud, like loads of traffic and stuff. So I hope that doesn't pick up the sound so much. So Jeannie, I wanted to ask you, what kind of advice would you give to a nanny that's trying to do what you're doing right now?
Oh, that is a very good question. Boundaries is one of them. I know I definitely struggle with boundaries. I say yes way more times than I do say no. I currently am juggling, I think, 3 families at the moment. So I have my main family, and then I do babysitting and ad hoc work for 2 other families. Then I've just said yes to another family. Another family is just asking, can you babysit on this day? And I'm just like,
Jeannie, I'm gonna need to talk to you after, because no. Say no.
I know I need to say no. I know I do. But then at the same time, I always think about my end goal. Like, my end goal is to open up my own nursery. Or I don't know if you've heard of like a Cloud 12. Have you heard of a Cloud 12?
Yeah. I've heard of Cloud 12.
I kind of want to open something like that. So that's my main goal, and that's my goal. So I'm like, I need to grind hard now. I need to make my money now so that I can save my property that I want, so I can develop all of this. But if I could tell a nanny that's wanting to start out or wanting to do what I do, I'd say boundaries is a big one, a very big one. And also believe in your source. Like, if you don't believe in your source, the children are not going to take it, the family are not going to want you, and you have to, because there's no one else like, there's no other Jeannie, and there is no one else that can fill my boots. Like, okay, yeah, you might be a
Absolutely.
nanny, but you can't add that
Energy.
Genie flair that I would add. You can't add
Yeah.
that like sauce that I would add to the family. And I think that's another reason why I think being a black nanny and predominantly working in white households, I
You're
like
so
it
dope.
because you add that little like
The extra
culture to that
sauce, the
family.
extra
Yeah.
razzle
You know
dazzle.
what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You add that, and something that you won't be able to, not you won't be able to do, but just
It's
no one can be
different.
me. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
no one can
yeah,
be me. And that's what I
yeah,
find that I would say as any nanny, just be true to who you are and don't
yeah.
get yourself lost in the work environment, because you do have bad
Mm,
days. You have days, like I said, I
yeah,
work with a
absolutely.
2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and there are
Mm,
days where it's just crazy. Like I think there was
yeah.
one day they didn't want to, okay, so the night before the oldest one didn't sleep at all and he was in and out of sleep. Then it woke his little sister up, so she had no sleep. And then everybody was just, the next day was just up, tired, aggravated,
Frankie.
short-tempered. And
Mm-hmm.
you have to remember not to get sucked into that, because
Mm-hmm.
your job is to ease that. So
Mm-hmm.
making sure you don't get lost into that and just being true to who you are. I know that I'm a fun, happy, bubbly nanny, so therefore
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that, remain focused and remain okay. Yes, they're tired. Yes, they're 3
Mm-hmm.
and 2. They don't really understand how to manage their emotions right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let me try and be that management for them. Let me understand.
yeah,
And now
yeah.
even when the youngest one's tired, they come to me and say, they cry and they sit in the car and they cry and they're like, it's because I'm tired, Genie. That's why I'm
Yeah.
being silly.
Oh,
And I'm just like, okay, this is amazing.
oh,
We're using your words. We're using like your
yeah.
vocabulary. Because I always say like your
Mm-hmm.
vocabulary is your reality. So the more words
Yeah.
that you can put into a child,
Mm-hmm.
the more they will understand and the more they can express themselves. Because I
Mm-hmm.
probably, when you were younger as well, you were always told that children should be seen and not heard. And now that's kind of changed, where children should be seen and children should be definitely heard.
It should be heard.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, no, 100%. So for me, again,
Yeah,
I would just say be true to who you are, because there's no one else like you.
yeah,
And know
yeah.
your boundaries. Know your
That's some
boundaries.
good advice, man. You give really good advice. Like, very good
Thank you.
advice.
I
I'm
think I
thinking
need to
like,
take some of that
yeah,
advice for myself. I think I
yeah,
need to take some advice for myself. But
yeah, no,
I'm working
that
on
is
it.
true.
I'm working on it.
It's such a Virgo thing, though, isn't it? To give advice and not take it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah,
I
like,
definitely think that. Go on, sorry.
yeah, for sure. For sure. I wanted to speak up a little bit about like how we kind of connected on here. Because there's a lot of similarities between us in terms of like we both got like a few sisters, we're both Jamaican, we're both Virgos.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was talking to you, so basically Jeannie sent me a really lovely message, yeah, that made me cry.
Oh, yes, I
But here,
remember.
like it was like I'm getting emotional. Why am I getting emotional? It was such a lovely message, and I was like, oh my God, like for me, coming online, it was such a big thing for me to connect with other black nannies.
Mm-hmm.
So having your message for me was like, it was amazing because I
Yeah,
was
of
like,
course.
this is what I'm here for. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
definitely.
Why am I getting emotional, Jeannie? Oh my
I'm
God.
about to make you even more emotional, so get the tissues ready. Like I think probably one of the things as a nanny, a lot of people like say, who inspired you to be who you are, or who made you do nannying? And for me, I jumped in it because I saw an advert on Indeed and I was like, I can do this. I used to be a sports
Yeah,
therapist and I used to look after grown people, adults, and their injuries. I was just like, I could do this. This is basically the same for children, look after them and
yeah,
stuff like that. And
yeah.
then a couple of years later down the line, I was like, I want to do this as a profession now. I'm really serious in it. I love it. And I got my my qualifications to do it. And then I stumbled across you. You were on Judy Loves Live. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this woman is amazing. I followed you on Instagram. And I've always said to people, you know, when you're younger, people say to you, oh, write a story about who inspires you. Never really had anybody inspire me until I met you. And I genuinely feel like you gave, especially being in St. Lucia, especially just even looking for jobs and everything like that, you definitely gave me the confidence that I needed. You definitely were such a vital support system to have. And people have life coaches and stuff like that. And people have, like, even with normal jobs, you have a whole like HR that you can go to if there's any problems. In nannying, it's kind of, you don't really have such a structured HR. It's just you and that family. And sometimes even asking for simple things, whether it's a conflict that's happened, or just simple things about maybe a pay rise, or just simple things about having time off from work, or anything like that. Normally in the corporate world, you would have a procedure that you follow. Or in nannying, you go straight to your boss, you go straight to your employer, you have to tell them everything. And it can always be a difficult and sometimes uncomfortable situation that you have to have. And being able to have you in my corner was amazing. And it just gives me even more confidence in you to see how amazing you are. The fact that you from the very start, just having a conversation with you, to now being actually recognizing me as one of your nannies is even more amazing. And you've probably seen the journey that I've come along with, and maybe
so proud of you.
Well, so for me, like, when anybody asks me who inspires me, it would definitely you. Like, even when my family asked about a sleep trainer, I went straight to you. And I was just like, if she can't advise me, she will know someone else who will be able to help me. So I will always be my point of call when it comes to like anything related to nannies or anything like that. It would be like, speak to this amazing woman because she is amazing, full stop. Like, there's no buts.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. But no, nothing needs to come after that.
Thank you.
Amazing. It's not
absolutely. And I feel that. Thank you, man. I feel that. And I feel how genuine it is as well, because you always try to put me on. Like, you always recommend me, and it's a thing where, like, by the way, I gave them your details and I told them that you do this, and I'm thinking, especially in the beginning, I was like, you don't even know me and you're just being so nice. Like, it was, for me, it's nice because I come from Birmingham and I'm used to people in Birmingham being like that, but I'm not used to people in London being like that. So that for me was like, wow, like, this lady is really lovely. Do you know what I mean? And then we started talking more, we connected more, and I'm like, this is my kind of person, and we have so many similarities as well. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it's so important. I feel like the media definitely pit a lot of black women against each other, but they don't really show like the sisterhood. You know, they don't show the sisterhood. They don't show, you know, the us getting on and us uplifting each other. And I feel like that definitely needs to be shown more. So I just want to thank you for allowing me to recognize you. Like, there was no other way that I was going to go and not recognize you. Like, I had a list of nannies, and I keep saying this to everyone. I had a list of nannies I wanted to recognize. You was definitely on there. And then I put out online, I said, who should I recognize? And you said, I love it. Jeannie's response, me, because I'm my favorite nanny.
So, okay, you back. Okay, sorry about that.
I was saying pause. I was like, where did Jeannie go? Did you get a phone call?
Same. So I was saying, like, you have to have your own back. Like, even my sister, she takes the mick out of me because I'm always rooting for myself. But if you don't root for yourself, if you are not your biggest fan, nobody else will be your biggest fan. And like,
you have to be.
Remember, your thoughts become your words, and your words become your action. So yes, I am amazing. Yes, I should be recognized because I am amazing. And it's not in a big-headed way, and it's not even to say an arrogant way. It's because I trust in my source. I trust
absolutely.
I trust in my abilities, and so that's why I am the way I am, and that's why hopefully I've been recognized now.
Absolutely, it really is, genuinely, and I feel like it needs to be seen. I have a lot of UK nannies, black nannies, that message me like, do you know any other black nannies? And I'm like, yeah, there's loads. And a lot of people didn't really know, wait, there's other black nannies like us. And I'm like, yeah, there's bare of us, like, you know. And I'm saying, follow this person, follow that person, this person, that person. So just over the last year, it's been amazing to connect with more women that
you know, are nannies, and even better, more women that are nannies that look like me. Like, it makes such a big difference, because there's the nanny
100%.
experience, and then there's the black nanny experience. And I'm trying to explain to people, like, it's very different. There's the nanny experience and the black nanny experience. It's very different, but it's similar, but it's very different. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that needs to be highlighted. That's your mom. She just said, "You go Queen Nanny show." Thank you.
Yes,
Oh,
she did. She's
so
amazing.
sweet, man. So sweet. But I'm just so proud of you, man.
Thank you very much.
Are you frozen?
I appreciate it.
There you go again.
Going back. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh yeah, when you're talking about the black nanny experience, it is a big thing. You're with quite an affluent family, so they go to the more affluent clubs, and normally you just assume, I know I'm with these children, I'll be like, okay, I have a swimming class at 3 p.m. and they double check and stop, like, hold on, who are you here with? And as a nanny, maybe let's say a Caucasian nanny, you're not gonna really get stopped, and it's very evident. The first days of school for me, especially as maybe the least thing I like about being a nanny is, again, these children go to these private schools, and that's totally fine. And that mum or the dad, whoever's there with us, will introduce me to the head teacher and their teacher, saying, this is the nanny. And then the day that I'm not with the parents and it's my time to pick them up, they'll be like, excuse me, who are you here to pick up? Whereas they let the other nannies that are not black pick their child up, fine, it's not an issue. But me, I have to wait to the very end. They'll call the parents up and they'll say, okay, is this person here to pick up so and so? They're like, yes, we sent a picture to the school of her, we sent you her contact details, she is a nanny here to pick you up. And I think this is another thing about this, I'm going to say institutionalized racism, because no other nanny faces what I face as a black nanny, especially when you're working for a high value, a high net worth family, and a high profile family. You don't find this. When then other nannies pick them up and drop them to school, or take them to whatever clubs that they need to go to, no one is stopping them and questioning them. Who are you? Why are you with these kids? So again, the black experience being a nanny is so important, to be able to have that and touch base with other black nannies, because it makes you not feel as alone. You're not feeling like,
you don't feel like you're turning mad.
And then
that's another thing, they gaslight a lot, so then you start thinking, am I looking too into this, or but no, I'm not.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's a real thing that happens. And then that's another thing that you have to almost have to code switch, because you can't like while out on them, because this is your job. But at the same time, you have to let them know that this is not on. Like, I'm not going to take some random kids to their swimming lesson. Like, why would I do that? So I think at the same time, that's again, I think probably another thing that I don't really like about nannying is that element. But other than that, it's amazing.
The eyes. When you're with white children, they look at you like you get more eyes on you, and you feel like, especially when like you're on public transport, people just like watching, and you're thinking people are nosy, you know. I had it before with like people that, you know, that look, and they're like looking at me, looking at the child, looking at my relationship with them, or you know, just little things, man. There's so many things, but like I said, there's a nanny experience, and then there's a black nanny experience, which is very different. So I love that we're speaking up on that, and I love your sister. You know, she said it is what it is, sis. Just say it as it is.
Because she knows I'm probably trying to sugarcoat it and be very PC about it.
It is what it is, isn't it?
But it's real.
Say what it is.
It's real. It is real. Trust me. And
it's amazing.
Honest, like, even the family that I work with now, it happened to me at the school. She was straight on the phone to the school and said, this is unacceptable. This doesn't need to happen. She's my nanny. I told you she's my nanny. She needs to pick up my children. Now you've made it delayed, and you've just messed up everything, because we're on a time schedule, and now we're late to where we now need to go, because you wouldn't release my child to my carer that I trusted with my child.
I love that. You got another person here, last of the dying breed. Some of these Instagram names are killing me, you know. Eugenie is just amazing. Who's that, Eugenie?
This is Marvin, one of my friends, Marvin. He's lovely.
Oh, I love that. Hi, Marvin. Nice to see you. So, Eugenie, I wanted to just end it with asking you one last question. How do you want to be remembered?
Oh, this is a very good question because I've said this to many people. I just want them to remember that Jeannie was a safe space. She was a
Yeah,
space where you can come to her and talk about anything, and she always
yeah,
made you feel comfortable and happy. I think that's
yeah,
that's how I would like to be remembered, and just being able to know she was just happy. And I think a lot of the times, if other families that I've worked with, they will probably know me as I was always either singing or dancing, and that was me. So, like
yeah.
I said, I'm the all singing, all dancing nanny that can't sing and can't
You
dance,
got
but I'll
that.
do it anyway because it just reminds you of that innocence of being a child again, and
Yeah,
just being carefree, and just remembering that, like, I always say this to a lot of people, like, when you're a child you say, oh, we're going to be best friends forever, and then when you're an
yeah,
adult you realize forever is just around the corner. And when I work with
yeah,
these children, they make me feel that forever is actually forever. And for me,
yeah,
that's what I totally
yeah,
enjoy, totally love.
yeah,
And yeah, I think a lot of people remember me for dancing, singing, and just being a happy and just a safe space where people can talk to me and be
yeah,
judgment free about anything and
mhm,
everything. So yeah, that's how I would like to
yeah.
be remembered.
Oh, that's amazing. I think you're doing a good job of that already, to be honest. So that is
Thank
such
you.
a nice way to answer that question, and a good
Oh,
way for people to remember you. And this is
thank
going to
you.
be on here. It's going to get, I'm going to download it and post it onto Facebook and YouTube so
Amazing.
people can watch it on there as well. But I just want to say thank you so much for just being you, being
Thank
authentic and being
you.
genuine and just being so welcoming and very loving, you know.
Thank you
Like
very much.
I love talking to you. Me and you will talk on the phone and I could talk to you
Yeah,
forever.
no
But
problem.
obviously we got money to make, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to chase this bag and all that, you know,
Trust me.
secure the bag and all that.
That's why I'm working with so many different families, because we got money to
Yeah.
make. We got money to make.
Absolutely,
Trust me.
absolutely. And you're doing big. I know you're going to be doing big things, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to collab on a few things as well. Because I feel like
Oh, definitely.
you're very goal driven like me, so I feel like we'll do very well in like coming together and probably doing something in the future. So definitely, I'll definitely look into that as well. Thank you, Jeannie. Enjoy the
Yeah.
rest of your
It's all right.
afternoon.
Thank
What's
you for
left of it, should
recognizing
I
me
say?
too. Thank you very
Of
much.
course, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
being so understanding. I'm outside. There's a bit of noise or whatever, but you've been really cool about it. So
It's
thank
fun.
you. I love
Thank
the fact
you.
your whole family was up in here. Yes, that's what I'm all about. I love it.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna post
I
this on
told
mine
them. I
now.
told them.
Yes.
Okay, of course, of course. Definitely. You enjoy your weekend too.
You too. I'm gonna go spend some time with my baby, my godson. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day, and then I've got my cousin's 30th later. So yeah, take
Oh,
care, everyone.
enjoy. Turn up.
I
Thank you
will.
very much.
I
See you,
will try my
everyone.
best.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.